Yo, what's up, guys? So this one is called "Good in a Room," and this is inspired by a tweet I did yesterday. I think that I said one thing that bugs me. I've been signed 3 times and don't give a shit about writing, and real writers can't seem to get signed once. What is this bullshit? I'm positive there are better writers than me out there not getting a chance at that. And I'm fucking serious when I say that. And Laura said, "You're probably great in meetings. That trait plus competence is what drives hiring, not brilliance, which is often socially awkward." I said, "Yeah, probably," which is unfortunate. I would imagine most writers are awkward, which says nothing about their ability. I believe it's the contrast that confuses Hollywood. Good looking actors versus nerdy writers. And I meant also good looking I only have so many characters on Twitter, right? Good looking, dynamic actors versus socially awkward, nerdy, nebbishy writers. You know what I mean? Like, I think Hollywood has a very difficult time trying to figure that shit out. And she said, "Absolutely. In my experience, execs and producers hire the person with acceptable competence who they most want to interact with. We writers are often neurodiverse and funky at meetings." So I wanted to talk about that a bit. Like, what is good in a room? You know, because we know the two main things that we've heard is be good on the page, be amazing on the page, and be good in the room. And those two things don't sort of make a shit ton of sense to writers, because a lot of writers are like, "Man, I just want to write and leave me the fuck alone, man." You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go fucking sing and dance and do all this kind of shit. But really, it's a trait that is necessary for Hollywood, and for screenwriters. Maybe it's not so necessary for authors, but it kind of is too there, Like, I've seen some fucking authors that are really good at that. Like let me name one real quick. Cheryl Strayed. Like, Cheryl Strayed, Wild, is so good in a room and is just amazing with her fans and so forth. Like, that's, if you saw her, like, that's really a fucking masterclass on how to deal with being good in a room and deal with your fans and all that kind of stuff. So it really is a trait that you just have to figure out how do I get better at it, and I think it's an interesting topic because no one ever says, like, there's no class for it. You know what I mean? Like, once you and going back into like getting signed and all this kind of shit. I've been signed 3 fucking times. Who have I been signed with, by the way? I've been signed with Tiffany Ward, Ryan Lee, Sherry, and Jeff at Bellevue. So that's 4 people. At CAA, Resolution, Gotham, and Bellevue. So I'm like, bro, I don't even consider myself a real writer. How the fuck have I been signed so many times? And real writers have not been. Even showrunners, like, what in the fucking fuck? You know? That's its own subject, but let's talk about good in a room. Like, so yeah, I think it's important, and I want to say, first of all, like, I used to absolutely fucking suck in a room, like, terrible. Like, I would go to meetings, and I swear to God, bro, I was like, I think I'm gonna fucking pass out because I'm having a panic attack right now. I'm sitting across from someone, and I'm just like whiting out. You know what I mean? All I'm hearing is womp 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 womp. Bro, like, this is gonna be super embarrassing when I have to be like, hold on, call 911, and you're gonna have to cart me out. I'm like, like, bye. That's how I ended the fucking meeting because I just had a fucking panic attack and I feel like I'm gonna die. But at a certain point, I realized like, man, fuck all that. I'm gonna get good at being in a room. And it was a conscious decision, you know, and because it's something, this video might go a bit long because I think it's really important to be good in a room, and I think anybody can learn it. And the number one thing about being good in a room is first of all knowing what is your strength, like what is the thing that draws people to you, and you have to have that. You do have it, is what I'm saying. You already have that because you have friends, right? So something about your friends, something about you drew your friends to you. So if you don't know what your strength is, go ask your friends and just straight up ask them. Be like, hey, I'm asking because I want to get better in meetings. If you don't feel confident in meetings, for me at this point, I feel 100% confident. I can meet anybody. I'm perfectly fine, but I didn't always used to be that way. But I learned what my strengths are, you know, and I lean into that. So that's what I'm saying. Ask, if you don't know, ask your friends, like, what attracts you to me, you know, and they'll tell you. And so then from there you could say, okay, like that's something I need to lean into. When I go into meetings, I'm gonna lean into that. That's the thing that attracts other people to me, you know? So that's already there. It's just knowing what it is and leaning into it. And which is why I feel like there is not sort of one way to be good in a room. You know, everybody has their own strength, and that's the thing there too, is like, get out of your fucking way. And looking back, why was I doing terrible meetings? It was because I was in my way. No one else was. I was in my own fucking way because I'm nervous and I'm presenting that, you know. And if you know, think of it this way. One guy's opinion. If I did this right now, if we're hanging out together right now and I did this, I'm like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? You would be like, what's going on? You know, you would react to my reaction. You know, you know, so, but nothing's happening. You know, so, you know, we feed on each other's energy and so forth. So if I'm putting out that nervous energy, you're just gonna feed off it and be like, ugh, like I don't want to be around that. That feels dangerous, bro. Like that feels like an energy I don't want to be around. You know, for what? Which has nothing to fucking do with if you're a good writer, and it has nothing to do with you as a person. You're just kind of accidentally projecting your nerves onto people, and they're gonna respond to that. Where if you get out of your own fucking way and just relax, then there's no problem, you know? So, what else do I wanna say? I'm just gonna ramble about a bunch of shit. So, you know, that's just the thing about Hollywood, because understand this too. And one thing, like I said before, I said there's no class for this. There's no class like, here's how to be good in a room. I think there should be. I think if you're a manager, for example, like, I get that an agent is like, I don't got time for that. But as a manager, I think managers should say, hey man, like, I'm gonna hold a class, and any of my clients want to show up to it, I'm gonna do a little class on how to be good in a room, man, because I'm your manager. So, you know, if you want to show up to that, great. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. But you know, here's my opinions on how to be better, you know, and here's how to lean into your strengths and so forth, and just, you know, go around the room, like, what are your strengths, you know, and you know, and I would also, this will sound fucking like what, maybe controversial, but I would, man, I would say, plus, if you would like, you don't have to, but if you would like, I'm happy to give you a makeover. That sounds like a dick thing to say. I get it. However, you're dealing with Hollywood though. In Hollywood, there's like, you know, with the big celebrities, the singers and all this kind of shit, they have stylists, bro. Like they pay people to help them look good. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what Hollywood is used to. So why the fuck should writers not have this? You know? So yeah, like, you know, stylists, you got makeup artists, you got wardrobe, you got like they're used to people like being like kind of like sculpted and put together and shit like this. You know what I mean? So trainers, all of that. You know what I mean? So people get paid a lot of money to do that. I used to date Kim Kardashian's stylist, by the way. So you know, it's a thing, and I think that could be helpful to writers. And by the way, let me go over here now. Let me say this first, and then I'll go over there. But for example, you know, when Sherry was at CAA, CAA expects you to have a certain look. You got to fit in, bro. You know what I mean? So they are saying essentially like you got to fit the CAA brand, or WME is the same. Like any kind of big place like that is gonna expect you to have the look of the brand. You know what I mean? They don't want their agents out there looking like a bag of trash. You know, they want their agents out there looking slick as fuck. Like we're the best dressed. That's what this is a real thing, man. Like CAA like really prided themselves. I don't know if they still do. I have no idea. But really prided themselves on our agents are the best and they look the best too. You know, so yeah, you know, you were expected to look a certain way and act a certain way and maneuver a certain way, and so you know that's what these agents are used to for themselves too, not just for you, the writer, for themselves as well. So yeah, all this shit is important. And where was I gonna go? I was gonna go somewhere else. Fuck, I forgot it. I'll just ramble. Oh, I was gonna go there. A friend of mine, writer friend of mine, he he got signed. I met him through CAA. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to embarrass him, but he got signed and he was his meetings were not going that good, shall we say. And I don't think he'd mind if I told this story. I don't think so. But one of his friends, one of his girlfriends, like a friend who's a girl, kind of intervened and said like why like what like tell me how your meetings are going, and like what you know, trying to figure out like what the problem is. And he's like, yeah, so I ride my bike to the meetings. And she's like, wait a minute, what? Because he's a cyclist. And he's like, yes, I ride my bike there, and then I take my helmet off. And she's like, no. So you're in your like bike gear with those little shoes, like, so you're like clickety clack across the fucking floor, going to a meeting? Are you fucking serious, bro? He's like, yeah. What's the fucking? She's like, no. We're doing a makeover, and so she made him over, and you know, it wasn't over the top. It was like in his vein, just making him look the best he can look for him, you know. And he looked good, you know. And I saw him. I'm like, you know, we went and had lunch, and I'm like, bro, look at you, dude. What the fuck? He's like, yeah, kind of like, yeah, check me out, dude. Like, uh, so, you know, that made him feel more comfortable, more confident going into meetings. He feels like, I look like a fucking diamond, bro. Like, so I'm gonna go into meetings now and do way better. And he did, and it helped him land gigs, dude, open writing assignments. And I think a lot of that was up here, you know. I mean, it was the visuals too, but I think a lot of that was the confidence as well. Did he ever go back to that, like his old style? Fuck no, dude. Like he's like, dude, I do better in meetings now. I do better with the ladies. I'm not going back to that bullshit. Fuck that. So, you know, like this shit matters. And there's been TV shows about like the great makeover or whatever the fuck, and they come out and the whole crowd cheers. Oh my God, she looks so amazing. Turn around, and they feel like $1 million. Like it's a real thing, man. Like getting makeovers affects people's confidence, and so I don't see anything wrong with and let me go here. One thing I'm saying here too is not like a makeover to make you look like not yourself, and this is why I say everybody has their own sort of special, sauce, so what is that thing? And then let's bring it out a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it kind of is kind of lost. Like we don't see it. And I say the same thing about scripts, by the way. Like there's nothing really wrong with the script. It's just like, let's push those elements a little more in our face. Let's hit those harder. So as far as your look, it matters, bro. And let me say this. So for example, like I've gotten to know, like it's a pass on a script, right? So I know what my strengths are. I know that. And it's about also being honest with yourself about and looking at yourself and saying, what are my strengths, man? Like what are the qualities of me, of you, that attract people to you? I know for me, and this might sound arrogant and I don't care, but I know with me, for dudes, it's about like, they kind of know, like, we're gonna have a good time, bro. Like we're gonna party, like we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna whatever the fuck. We're gonna goof around, all that kind of shit. And I know on the female side, excuse me, I know that to be straight up, I'm a little bit flirty. I know that, and I think it helps me a little bit. But I'm not. But that's just me. Like I'm not trying to be flirty. I just happen to be. And I think that has helped me sometimes, like turn shit around where like on a specific thing, they said no, and I went in and so it's just a general, and I went in and I met with the woman, and probably somehow, some way I was maybe a little bit flirty or something, and by the time I leave, she said, you know what, never mind, like it's a yes, like not like I want to attach, so it can help you. But I'm saying do it genuinely, not just be yourself is what I'm saying. Just be your fucking self. Don't get in your own way, is what I'm saying. And I've seen people on writer Twitter who do have good looks, and so forth, and do have like a style, and you think of like Diablo Cody, for example. Like here's my point there. I would, if I was a manager, I'd want all my clients, no one's gonna meet with them that day and be like, I don't remember meeting them. Like let's have everybody be memorable for who the fuck they are. I don't think that's a bad thing. You meet Diablo Cody, she's gonna stand out. Dark hair, blue eyes, tattoos and shit. Like you're gonna remember that. I think you don't want to be the writer that goes in, you do the meeting, and it's like I don't know. Like, did I meet them? Like I don't fucking remember. But there's all kinds of looks. For example, like Aaron Sorkin, right? Like no, I don't. Who else dresses like him? Like he's always in a sweater with his glasses. He has his look. He has his look. He has his vibe. This is what I'm talking about. It's not just, I don't just mean like wear a leather jacket, bro, and this kind of shit. I mean like whatever your look is, like, can we just do that? Kick it up just a little bit more. So it's like, so it stands out. And good in a room. I think that, like, being more confident in your looks and everything, and that goes. I'll leave that out. I was gonna go into the modeling world to just to say, like, I saw people back when I was modeling. I saw people who were fucking great in a room. They would come in, they're fucking electric, bro, and they would book a lot. And I would see them on multiple, like, auditions, go-sees, whatever you want to call them, and I knew they're gonna book, dude, because they're fucking really good in a room, and they weren't necessarily the best model. People just liked them. You know what I mean? People just wanted to be around them. So anything else? I think I'm done. Just I had one more thing. Always, I have one more thing at the end, and I fucking forget it. So I guess I'll just stop it right there. But you know, I would say think about this shit. You know what I mean? And if you think you can kick that up a bit more, and let me say this. Let me close with this. I used to be terrible at meetings, right? But there was one meeting that kind of just broke it apart for me, where I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't fucking care. And in a way, I feel like when you get to the point of I don't fucking care if anything happens from this, I don't give a fuck. That's when people are like, yes. It's the irony of that is when you're so like, oh my God, this means everything. They're like, icky. No. Think about it like in dating. If you said to someone, if you came up to someone, you're like, oh my God, will you have sex with me? Like, we're all adults. Oh my God, will you have sex with me? They'd be like, no, I will not. Something's wrong here. I don't know what the fuck the problem is, but no, I won't. Where if you just lay back, like, oh, what's up? Like, then you're way more likely to, attract people to you. But the meeting that did it for me was meeting DeLuca. And I've told this story, so I'll tell it real quick. But I'm walking up to him. I see him. I'd already met him at this point at a party. He didn't remember that, and I wasn't going to say that. But I was pretty fucking terrified, because now we're talking about my script, right? So I'm like, I'm not even a real writer. What the fuck? I'm meeting with one of the biggest producers in the world, like talking about like imposter syndrome. I'm like, I shouldn't even be here, dude. Like, what the fuck? So then I get my head together, and then right before I'm about to meet him, I see Chris Hemsworth, and I'm like, no, dude, like, you just fucked up my whole. I just had it together, bro. Now you just fucked that whole thing up. So then in that split second before I'm like going to shake his hand, I run through the whole thing of, I don't even deserve to be here, dude. Should I leave, or should I stay? Should I leave? Like, I'm not even a real writer. Like, why the fuck am I meeting with him? Like what the fuck am I gonna say? Is my script, like, trying to run through my whole script real quick? What I say in my script? Do. Fuck, it's not that good. Like, why am I fucking, dude? I'm gonna fucking pass out, dude. What the fuck? Like, in a split second, right? Doing the whole neurotic writer thing, and then at the end of that, 1 second later, I'm just like, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm gonna do a good meeting. I don't have any other fucking choice, so I'm just gonna do a good meeting. Hello, Michael. He's like, Jason? I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. I sit down, we do the whole thing, and I leave, and he calls my agent, who was repping me at the time. I think Sherry was repping me. Sherry calls me and says, like, DeLuca just called and said that was one of the best meetings he's ever had. So I'm like, I don't care. If I'm getting that note back on my meeting, I've fucking conquered the whole fucking fear thing. I'm done with it, bro. Like, I'm just gonna go have a good time now. Like, and that's why I can meet with anybody now, because that's the only thing I give a fuck about now is if I'm gonna meet with someone, My only objective is just to have an enjoyable experience with them. And I think if that's your only objective, they don't feel sold to, they don't feel desperation, they don't feel like this clingy shit, you know, none of that. They don't feel like your insecurities, none of that. It's calm, it's relaxed. They just enjoy being around you. You know what I mean? So that's, I don't know, is that advice? Maybe. But anyway, those are my thoughts on being good in a room. So that's it. Bye, guys. Best of luck.